Hi, I'm Riley, and this is my historical timeline. A little bit about myself. I was born and raised in Wichita, Kansas. I have two sisters, an older sister named Megan. I am the second child, a younger sister named Tanner, and a younger brother named Chase. I played softball growing up since I was about 4 years old till I graduated high school, and I still really enjoy sports, especially KU basketball. I also like to read, craft, and spend time with my family and friends. I love country music, romantic comedies, and chicken tenders. I grew up in church, and my faith is still the most important thing in my life. My family was and still is very close to each other. We talk every day and visit each other as much as we can. My mom's family is French, Irish, and a small part Native American. And my dad was adopted, so we don't know much about his family or their background or where they're from. So I was born on May 20th, 1990, and my event for that year is April 24th, 1990, when the Hubble Space Telescope was launched. So this telescope, if you don't know much about it, orbits the Earth and sends pictures back, and it is one of the most important observatories of our time. It has given astronomers an extreme amount of information. It orbits the Earth every 97 minutes, and its information comes from the sun. So I just chose this because I've always found space and astronomy kind of interesting. I don't know a whole lot about it, but this is very cool to me. My next event is June 12th, 1994, the O.J. Simpson debacle. I chose this since it has gained so much popularity recently with the documentaries. So the bodies of Nicole Brown Simpson, which is O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, and her boyfriend were found outside their home in Los Angeles, California. O.J. Simpson was arrested and went to trial, and he was later acquitted, found not guilty of murdering them. This was one of the highest profile murder cases in our nation's history. There's a lot of debate about it, but I definitely think he was guilty, and if you watch the documentaries, you'll find out a whole lot about it. April 19th, 1995 was the Oklahoma City bombing, and I chose this because living in Kansas, this was happened very close to us, and I remember it happening and visited the memorial a few years later, and it just really affected me as a young child. And so this was a truck bomb explosion at a federal building in Oklahoma City, and it left 168 people dead and hundreds more injured. Timothy McVeigh was the guy who did this, and he got the death penalty for it and was executed in 2001, and his co-conspirator received life in prison. And this was the biggest terrorist attack until September 11th, of course. On April 22nd, 2001, I was baptized right before I turned 11. This is Pastor Woods. He was my pastor until high school. My parents went to school at Bethel Life Center. All of us were dedicated there, baptized there. This was a very important thing in my life, and I got to do it with my older sister, which was really cool. September 11th, 2001. I'm sure many people put this in their video, as we all remember what we were doing and exactly what it was like when this happened. So I was in 6th grade math class, and they put us all in a room, 3 or 4 classes, and we just turned the TV on, and none of us really knew what was happening because we didn't know what these things meant, hijacking and terrorism, and we watched the second plane crash, and it was just really, obviously, shook us up and was a really big deal learning about it after, and now it's crazy that we lived through something in history like that, and this has a huge significance to our nation since it was the biggest terrorist attack ever, and we went to war for many, many years after and have had so many repercussions from this. On May 18th, 2008, which was 2 days before my 18th birthday. I graduated from Mays High School. That is my whole family at graduation. January 20th, 2009 was when President Barack Obama takes the oath of office. I chose this because I didn't really remember or pay much attention to elections before that. This was the first time I could vote. Obviously, this was a huge deal for America because he was the first African American president. And I remember all of it. I remember waiting up in my dorm room when the votes were being counted and all of that. On May 11th, 2012, I graduated from the University of Kansas with a bachelor's degree in psychology. That is a Jayhawk. For people who don't know, I actually get asked that a lot living here in Florida. May 20th, 2013, which actually happens to be my birthday, an enormous Category 4 tornado hit several cities in Oklahoma. So again, this was very close to my home, and I just remember it being my birthday. We were celebrating, it had gone to lunch and different things, and then we were watching footage of this, and it was just devastating. I just remember feeling so terrible watching, little kids were trapped in schools, and it just really impacted me. I was so thankful for my life and the things I had since it was my birthday, and it just really gave me more appreciation. On October 18th, 2014, I got married to my husband, Tyler Benbow, at Central Community Church in Wichita, Kansas. He was the youth pastor there, and that is where we met. And on August 12th, 2016, I gave birth to our first baby girl. Her name is Berkeley Page, and she was born at 2:24 p.m., weighed 6 pounds, 10 ounces, and was 19 inches long. Being a mom is the best thing. It's always been my dream job, and I love it. So that is my presentation. Thanks for listening.